This is a chapter out of the book I Am Abandoned by Blair Cope, When You've Done All That You Can. This is a young adult, nonfiction, charismatic book, and this is chapter So Tight, May 18th, 1999. So, on the 17th, after we drop off Danielle and Chantel at their houses and go to mine, I get some news. I am going to a group home because I'm a delinquent. Well, not quite. Mom and Dad want me to be in Saskatoon in case I need to go back to the hospital there. I don't really want to go to a group home, but in the 2 days of being here, I realize I am kind of relieved. I feel too broken to face my schoolmates yet. I'd like to see my boyfriend, though, but when I phoned him yesterday, he showed no indication of planning a trip anytime soon. He just talked about his band, and after a few minutes, we hung up. On the other hand, the kids here sort of freak me out. They're all pretty nice. The fact that most of them are boys who want to impress me helps a bit, but they're delinquents. Not the way I called myself once, but I was just kidding. They really are delinquents. They've stolen things or knifed someone or are pyromaniacs or something like that. But the location I'm in, as well as this house, is pretty cool. The workers are pretty interesting, especially the lady with the eyebrow piercing. I've never met anyone with a piercing other than in their ears. She also does cool crafts with us. The fact I just mentioned that is probably another obvious indication that I am not here due to a crime. I'm not allowed to go out of the house alone for the first week here. It's some rule they have for criminal kids, which I have to follow too. And that's only if I am good in the first week. Not that I see that being a problem. Even if it possibly was, I'm too scared of open spaces and thugs to go anywhere in order to do anything. Mom has some Christian friends with kids. There is a girl the same age as me. Her name is Sarah Ray, that I can go out with when I'm allowed. They're kind of like my friends at the Edam Church a few years ago. Though they're all Christian-y geeks, I just feel like I fit when I'm with them. When I'm permitted in a few days to venture out, they'll take me shopping or something. I don't want to think that's exciting, but at the same time, it kind of is. As for my health, I have had one seizure here so far, and just a petite mal. I don't even know what medication I'm on, but maybe it's stopping me from falling unconscious and convulsing, so I guess that's something. That doesn't mean that the fear has lessened at all, though. My terror is so much worse than it was even when I left the RUH. Yesterday, when I was just walking down the hallway in the house, I became crazy terrified. Where the hallway ends, the kitchen begins. There is a little table. I ran down the hallway and basically flung myself at the table, but missed and banged my face on the leg of the chair. My lips are all bruised up. I look like such a moron, let alone how dumb I sound when anyone hears how I got to look this way. It's weird that I have seizures and a phobia. The juvenile delinquents and I get in the group home van, driven by one of the group home workers. After a half-hour's drive, we get to some delinquent school that I could never find myself. There are so many twists and turns to get here. It's not just my delinquent youth home and me that attend this school, which actually is a small office building or something. There are other kids who I guess are other delinquents from other group homes. I'm one of the only kids that are even in a grade, or at least don't take modified classes or something. I don't think anyone else is actually in the right grade for their age. There's one kid that's older than me, but he's in grade 8. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, at least they're not skeptical or making fun of me like most of my peers in Edam do. Not even the day that I hung on to a worker for 5 minutes because we were going for a walk. I had become absolutely terrified and cried hysterically, but no one laughed at me or made mean gestures. I started thinking that it was good that I was at the delinquent home and going to a delinquent school, Both of them seemed close-knit and non-judgmental, but it turns out that I'm such a freak that even when I'm not a delinquent, I still don't fit in. Not because of my seizures and phobia, but because I'm too good and nice and safe. If I'm not an outcast for what I have, I am an outcast for who I am. There is no reason for me to stay at this place where my learning is inhibited because my school has been created for those who will probably never graduate. My house is full of dangerous, probably will be convicts. The fact that a paid worker, rather than someone like a parent, takes care of this place and of us makes it extra dumb.